All right. So, Urvi is also missing. Okay. Okay. Hey, Nikhil.
Hi, sir.
Okay. So, we will resume from where we had left in the last class. Okay. And we were talking about system of linear equation. How do we solve a system of linear equations? Hello, Sarah. So we talked about how do we solve system of linear equations, and then we talked about if I have two linear equations, let's say 4x plus 3y equal to 18 and x minus 2y equal to 7. And we know how to solve the linear equation using the method of substitution and method of elimination. And some of you who are struggling to recollect, don't worry about it. We'll come back to these concepts one more time. For now, I'm just trying to do a recap of what we did. And then we also looked at what do we mean by the slope-intercept form. The same linear equation as in an equation which draws a straight line for us on a coordinate plane. Okay? So, when we are talking about any linear equation, you can also write that in the form of this. This is called slope-intercept form. Same equation you can rewrite in this form where m is your slope of the line and c is the y-intercept. And these things that you guys already know. So we are just doing a recap. Now in the last class when we were talking about it, we came across a situation where I was saying, okay, I have a line 1, okay, let's say y equal to 2x plus 7. No worries, find a place for yourself, and you guys have extra responsibility of closing the garage door. The one above. Yeah. So, okay, good that you guys have not missed anything. Whatever we did in the last class, I was doing a recap of that how did we deal with system of linear equations, how do you we imagine or visualize a linear equation in the form of a slope-intercept form. Yeah.
I wasn't here last class because I had a surgery.
Don't worry about it. Today we are going to look at something interesting, okay? So, when you talk about a slope-intercept form, this is the standard form, right? Y equal to mx plus c. This is what we call a slope-intercept form. Is that known to everybody? Vishwa, is that something that you have come across before?
Yes.
Oh. No, and again, Vishwa, this is your first class. I will call out your name a couple of times just to make sure that I'm aware of what you know versus what you don't. So that way, I tailor my narrative accordingly. Okay. So don't think that I'm trying to put you on the spot. Okay. All right. So. Okay, so everybody with me so far, right? If I give you guys an equation saying, okay, fine, I have an equation y equal to 2x plus 9. This is pretty much a slope-intercept form which you can relate to y equal to mx plus c. Here 2 is your slope and c or 9 is your y-intercept, meaning this is the point where it will intercept the y-axis.
So where x equals 0?
Where x equals 0. Yeah. I mean any point on the y-axis, right? X is 0. Hey Vishal. So this is a slope-intercept form. Now, if this is the equation, let's say, it will not be like this. Just by looking at this equation, what I see is my slope is positive. So it's going to go from below to above. And you guys can see the board okay, right? Ritika, Dave, Chris, everybody? Okay. So if I have an equation like this, y equal to 2x plus 9, from that what we can say is the slope is positive, m is positive, meaning my rise over run is positive, meaning when x is increasing, y is increasing. And then 9 is, this is the point where it is intercepting the y-axis. I'm not trying to teach you guys that. That is something that you guys already know. What we came across was, okay, if this is my line, let's say y equal to 2x plus 9, if this equation is drawing this line for me, what will be the equation of the line perpendicular to this? So, some of you told me that if I have a line 1 and the slope is m1 and I have a line 2 and the slope is m2, I'm talking about this 2 value, okay? Yeah.
The slope for the perpendicular line
Yeah.
would be half, 1/2.
Slope for this one. So I'm just generalizing it right now, okay? So when I have two lines with slope m1 and m2 and these two lines are perpendicular to each other, that means m1 into m2 will be equal to minus 1. Now, if this is a line, negative half. You cannot see the board?
No, it's like my eyes just not seeing so
Okay, okay. If you want me to turn off this light, I can do that.
it's
Let me try. Can you guys see the board okay still? Okay. Yes, Rania. Okay. All right. Hello, Tansi. So, again, for some of the kids who have joined just now, I promise you guys have not missed anything. I mean, that doesn't mean that you guys can join late always. I'm saying so far, thankfully, we have not missed anything. What I'm saying is, if I have a linear equation in the slope-intercept form, from that I can find out this is my slope. If somebody says, find out the slope of the line perpendicular to this, we know that if you multiply slope of two perpendicular lines, it will be equal to minus 1. And I'll be the last person on the earth who will tell you that if you have two lines perpendicular to each other, memorize this. The slope of first line multiplied by slope of second line will be minus 1. Memorize it. If I say so, find a better teacher. Okay? There is always a better teacher than me. Now, this is what some of you told me. And I'm saying, why? How can we prove that? And I made an unsuccessful attempt to teach you guys. Yeah.
So it has to be -1 because it has to equal -1 because in order to make it perpendicular, it has to be facing the opposite direction. If something is positive, it has to be the perpendicular has to be negative. If
Correct.
something is negative, the perpendicular has to be positive.
That's a logical interpretation for sure. No denying that. So what Daivik is saying is, if this line has a positive slope, and if I'm talking about a line perpendicular to this, that will be a negative slope because with every increase of x, y is decreasing. My right over run is becoming lesser, right? It's becoming negative. So that's a fair point. But negative is, if this is my slope, it could be, this could be the slope, this also could be the slope, this also could be the slope, because again, it's negative. This is positive, this is negative, this also could be the slope. But which of the three is right is what this formula tells us, and I still have my reservation around not telling you guys to memorize this formula. So in today's class, we will try to figure out how this formula came into existence. Why slope of two perpendicular lines multiplied gives you a -1. Is that okay as a starting point? Vishal, Riya, everybody? Vishwa, Nikhil, Dave has been very quiet. Okay? Now we will try proving that, okay? So that tomorrow if I say the same thing, you guys have no grudge against me. You will not say that this 49-year-old man is forcing us to memorize formula. And I keep bragging about 49, okay? Because I still have one more year to go. to make 50. All right. So now I'm saying let's figure it out. So how do we do that? Let's look at, let's say this is one line, okay? Line 1. I don't know what the equation is, okay? Let's park it for now. And this is line 2. Okay? Am I going at the right pace for you all, or am I just rushing through it? Okay, everybody okay? So this is my line 1 and this is my line 2. Okay? Now, here we know this is 90 degree. Yeah? I mean, because they are perpendicular to each other. That's our going in position. Now, from this I cannot do anything about it. Okay? So let me do one thing. Let me drop a perpendicular from, let's pick a point here. I have dropped a perpendicular. Let's say this point is A and this point is B. And let's pick a point C. Okay? I am dropping a perpendicular from A and C onto the x-axis. And let's say this meets at D and E. Okay? So far so good? No complaints with the teacher, right? Vishwa, no complaints with the teacher? Okay. Alright. And guys, interact with me, okay? I'm a very talkative person and I love when kids talk to me. Okay? So don't hesitate to share your point of view, don't hesitate to ask questions. Now, so we took two lines perpendicular to each other in a very random way, okay? No reservation, no plan, no assumption. Only thing is they are perpendicular to each other. And the way I could draw, apparently it is hitting the x-axis, but that is not a condition, okay? I am saying that there is a point where they are meeting and making 90 degree. Now, what I did was, I picked one point on the line 1 and one point on line 2, and I named those points as A and C respectively. And from those points, I have dropped the perpendicular onto the x-axis. And okay? This is only my drawing skills, nothing more, so far. No mathematical jargons exposed so far. Now, from all this gymnastics that I did, there are two triangles that we are able to see now. One triangle is ABD and second triangle is CBE. Do you guys agree? Everybody? Riya, Saranya, everybody? Vishal? Okay. So we have two triangles. Niranya, you are with me, beta? Okay. Alright. So we have two triangles now. Now I'm kind of forcing something on you guys. I'm saying that these two triangles are similar. They are similar. I'm saying they are similar. And what does similar mean? When you have two triangles similar to each other, meaning they have three angles matching with the corresponding angle on the other triangle. If I say this triangle and this triangle are similar, meaning this angle matches with this angle matches with this angle, and this angle matches with this angle. Now I'm saying this triangle and this triangle are similar. Out of the blue. Can somebody tell me why? Similar triangles, meaning they have each angle with the matching value on the other triangle. Now look at this. This angle and this angle are same. Both are 90 degree because I have drawn perpendicular. So one is taken care. No problem. Now look at this angle. I am saying this angle, let's say this one and this one are same. You'll ask me why. Because look at this. This angle and this angle are together making 90 degree. Yeah. And this angle and this angle are same, opposite angle when two lines are crossing each other. If this angle and this angle are same, and these two are making again 90 degree, because these two lines are perpendicular, this line and this line. So this whole thing is 90 degree, this plus this is 90 degree, and this are matching. So that means this and this have to match. Can you deny that? And I said a lot of things in one go without full stop or comma. Let me repeat myself. Okay? I'm saying, what I'm saying is, I have two triangles now. I'm saying both are similar. And for them to be similar, they have to have one corresponding matching angle in both the triangles. So if I look at this triangle and this triangle, this angle and this angle are matching because both are 90 degree. We have forcefully drawn the perpendicular from here to here. So these two angles are 90 degree, one angle matched. Now we are looking for the second one, and I am saying this angle and this angle are same. And you guys are struggling to agree to what I am saying. Now look at this plus this angle. If you are looking at triangle A, B and B, this triangle that I have shaded just now, these two angles together will be 90 degree, correct? Now look at this angle and this angle are same because they are opposite angles. When two lines cross each other, the opposite angles will match. So this angle and this angle are matching, and this plus this is 90. So let's say this, I am calling this as 5 and 6. 5 plus 6 is 90, and this is equal to 5. And this, let's say this is x. X plus 5 is 90, and these two are same, and 5 plus 6 is 90. So x will be same as this one, isn't it? Am I able to reach you guys? Jenna, Tansi, am I making sense here? Yeah? So one last time, you have two angles matching because they are 90 degree. These two together will be 90 degree. Likewise, these two will be together 90 degree. I am worrying about only this one. These two are 90 degree, and this angle and this angle are same because if you look at this line and this line are crossing each other, so these are opposite angles, they will match. These two angles are same, and this plus this 90 and this plus this 90. So same angles if you take out, so this will be equal to this. So you found this angle and this angle same, this angle same. Third angle has no choice. They will match between the two triangles. Did that make enough agreeable sense? Okay? Alright. So now we have come to a point where even if I forced you guys to believe that these two triangles are similar, apparently you agreed to that. So let me draw a better picture, a clearer picture. Whatever name I had given, I can change the name because name could change, concepts could not. So this is here my coordinate place, this is my one line, and this is a perpendicular line. Okay? So what we did was, we picked a point here, these two are 90 degree. This is 90 degree. So from here we draw the perpendicular, from here we draw the perpendicular. Just pick any point, okay? There is no reservation, no condition. Now, you pick this triangle on the x-axis. Let's say this is A, B and C. This is D, E and F. I am saying these two triangles are similar because this angle is 90 degree. Now you say this angle will be equal to this angle because this angle will be equal to this angle. Let me draw similar picture so that I don't get you guys started from beginning, otherwise I'll have to move that a different way. A, B, C, D and E. What we are saying is these two triangles are similar because this angle and this angle match. This angle and this angle will also match. So let's give it a name. 90 degree I will say 1. This is also 1. This angle is some matching with this guy, so I am saying 2. This is 2, this is 2, and this is 3, and this is 3. Yeah. So for a lot of talking, lot of confusing elements, but outcome is we found that if I have two lines crossing each other and let's say they are coinciding at x-axis, just for the sake of simplicity, okay? Then the two triangles that are drawn by picking one point anywhere on the line and dropping a perpendicular on x-axis, here these two triangles are, we found that they are similar. Now if you guys recall, there are two triangles here, right? Triangle, this one is ABC and triangle CDE. And I have purposefully marked the angles which are matching, okay? Now if you guys recall, if you have two triangles similar to each other, their sides are in the same proportion. Yeah? You guys agree or don't? Yeah? Okay. So now, that would mean, if you look at, let's say, triangle ABC and this one. This is angle 1, angle 1. Side opposite to that. So, if you are taking this AC over, side opposite to this is CD, will be equal to AC over CD. This is side opposite to angle 1. Now let's take angle 2. Okay, angle 2 and 2 here. I am taking AC, meaning this triangle on the top. So angle 2, this one, side opposite to that is BC over side to this one, this will be ED. Yeah? I'm just putting the basic theory, right? It says if you have two similar triangles, the sides will be in the same proportion. Meaning sides opposite to the matching angles. Angle 1 matching, side opposite to that. AC over CD will be equal to, take the next matching angle, this and this. Side opposite to this is BC and side opposite to this is ED. Now will be equal to the third matching angle. So this is third angle, BA over third one is this one, CE. Okay? Now what do you see here? Now, knowing this is the coordinate plane, let's first look at, if you are looking at the slope of this line, the slope of line 1, what will be that? Y over x. So it will be BA over x, that is BC. This is slope 1. Okay. What will be the slope of the second line? This one which is perpendicular to this guy will be what? Y over x. So this will be EB over CE will be equal to M2. Yeah. So I have got a relationship between the sides by proving them being similar, and then I'm looking at what is the slope of my first line and second line. Okay. Now let's multiply them. M1 into M2 will be equal to what? BA by BC into EB by CE. BA over BC into EB over CE. Now look at this. BA over CE. BA over CE is what? Is equal to this one, correct? BA over CE, these two. So BA over CE, if I combine these two, this becomes EB over BC, and BA over CE is is BC into ED. Into ED. Yeah? Now look at this. If you look at ED, sorry, BC. ED. ED is what? It's going the negative direction. Your Y here is going down. Okay? So you can write this as, what did I do? When I looked at BC over ED. Okay. Yeah. So here your ED, if you see, now we are looking at the coordinate plane. Here, what's happening? When you look at BC here, what's happening? When your x coordinate is increasing, your y value is also increasing. It's going from negative to positive. Okay? So here, when you look at this part, this is positive. So I will just put the value for this part. In this one, BC over, what am I doing? ED over BC. So okay, this BC I will put a positive value. My ED is negative. Okay, so fine. Yeah, I got it. So ED over BC. If you look at ED over BC, here what's happening is your one thing I'm missing here, I'm missing to place the minus here. One is going, my BC is positive and my ED is negative. So I will, okay, yeah. So instead of, let me put a value for this one. So this is minus this length. I'll put this as ED over BC. Okay, yeah, got it. Yeah, my bad. So here, now what did we see? Okay. Let's stop here, okay? Let's not calculate this whole thing. What we found was, if you look at BA over BC, the first one, BA over BC, this one. In this case, what's happening? BA over BC, what's happening here in this case? This is going positive, so here your BA, this is also increasing, from negative it's going to positive, okay? So this is positive value, okay? And then over BC, this is negative, this is also positive. Yeah? Here your x is increasing, y is also increasing. So last point minus first point, that is always going to be positive. Your rise is positive, this point 0 minus this thing, that will be positive. So your rise is positive and your run is also positive. So positive over positive. And then here in this case, ED over CE.
So
It's rise is negative because when your x is increasing, your y is decreasing.
yeah.
So your rise is negative and your run is positive. So your overall outcome is negative, and now from that we found that this whole thing is giving you same value. This is equal to ED over BC. So this will give you 1 but with a negative.
For the second one, for the second one, wouldn't it be the rise is positive? Because the one before you compared from like the start of the line to like, and then it goes up and then it goes into the point. But for the second one, you went from the point to the edge and then you went down to the start.
Okay, so let me see. I did lot of circus here and got everybody confused. So let me do a recap and then we'll take some questions. Okay. So I know some of you must be confused with respect to what we are doing right now. So what we did was, we were trying to find out if I have two lines perpendicular to each other. We were trying to find out if I multiply slope of this line and slope of this line, what will be my value. And somebody told us that slope of first line and slope of second line will give me a -1. That's what we are trying to prove. So what we did was, we drew two lines perpendicular to each other, and then we picked up one point on both the lines here and dropped the perpendicular onto the x-axis. And we found that this triangle and this triangle are similar. When they are similar, meaning their sides will be the same ratio, proportion. Okay. Now, so we said, okay, fine, let's multiply the slope of both the lines. Slope of first line is, slope of this line is what? Rise over run. My rise is positive because from this point to this point my y value is increasing from negative to something on 0. So this is positive, it's increasing. My run is also increasing. I am going from negative to a positive direction. Yeah. So this slope is positive. This part is positive. Now second slope. What is this one? Rise over run. What is my rise? My rise is going from y equal to 0 to y equal to some negative value. So my rise is negative and my run is positive. I hope that answers your question. Here when you see, your rise is what? You're rising by this much, which is on the negative direction. So your rise is negative, your run is positive. So this is positive over negative. So overall when you multiply this whole thing, will give you a negative. And now how much negative? Negative here. And then you see that this BA by CE, BA by CE, BA by C is nothing but BC into ED. In terms of value, when you look at similar triangles, you're not looking at the coordinates, right? You're just looking at the absolute value. From that, the absolute value of BC by ED, BA by CE, this one is equal to BC by ED. So you put that value BC by ED, and you have ED by BC already here, these two. So they nullify each other and you have a minus because you saw that this slope is positive and this slope is negative. So negative of this whole calculation, which is 1. Now, with whatever I have done, there will be questions and I want to take those questions before you guys start getting more confused. So did anybody, okay, did you guys understand what I was doing? Step by step. This is one line, this is another line. They are perpendicular. Pick 2 points, drop the perpendicular, drop the perpendicular. This triangle, these two triangles, we said they are similar. When they are similar, meaning the sides opposite to that, their sides will be the same proportion. Side opposite to the matching angles will be the same proportion. So from that we found the ratio of the sides, and then we said, okay, fine. Now we know the relationship between the sides by looking at the ratio of the sides. Okay. Now then we say, okay, fine. Now this is my line 1, this is my line 2. What is the slope of this guy? Slope of this guy is rise over run. Rise is AB over run, BC. And this is positive because my rise is positive, my run is also positive. So this is positive value. So you can put a positive here. Whatever value comes, that we'll figure out later. And for the second line you saw, okay, fine. What is the slope of this line? Rise over run. Rise is how much? BE. Over run is CD. But here my rise is negative. From this point to this point, my y value is decreasing. It's a negative value. So it is negative value. Negative of whatever is the magnitude. D by BC. CD. D by CD. And then we saw that this B by CD is equal to AB by BC from the property of similarity of triangles. So this value and this value is absolute 1 in terms of magnitude, and this is a positive value and this is a negative value, so that is how multiplying these two gives you a negative. So negative of 1. Is that agreeable to everybody? Ritika, Riya, Nikhil, Vishwa. See, I'm sweating to solve one problem. Okay, Saranya, is that okay to clear to you, beta? Jenna, are you clear? At least the approach part of it. See, you guys would not need to prove this formula. Why slope of 1 into slope of 2 is, when you multiply them, it gives you minus 1. You would probably just need to use that formula. It was for my benefit. It's for my conviction to tell you guys why slope of 1 and slope of 2 lines which are perpendicular to each other multiplied together gives you a negative 1. So we just looked at it. So any formula, any concept that we talk about, how is that coming into existence and why is that value true or why is that formula to be believed is what we proved just now. Biswa, did that make sense to you, beta? Okay. Sara, Neil, Saranya, everybody clear? Dave, Jenna, Vishal, clear? Okay. Alright. So we just saw why slope of two perpendicular lines are negative reciprocal of each other. So tomorrow if somebody says, I have, now let me make up one problem for you guys which you will deal with. Somebody says, there is an equation called 4x minus 9. Find out the equation of the line which is perpendicular to this and passes through 4 and minus 2. And this is a very legitimate problem that you will come across. Okay? Say you have a line y equal to 4x minus 9. Find out the equation of the line that is perpendicular to this line and passes through the point 4 and minus 2. What will be your approach? First thing first, if you know you have a line, what is the slope of this line? 4. Y equal to mx plus c. M is your slope. You know the slope of this line. Let's say my second line, which is perpendicular to this and passes through this point, has a slope m2. And we don't know what is that. But whatever we did for last 35 minutes, that tells us that okay, slope of two perpendicular lines when multiplied gives you a minus 1. So from that you can say okay fine, first line is known and this line is not known. 4 into x equal to minus 1. That means x equals minus 1 over 4. So you found this m, don't say m, x, say m2. So that way you don't get confused. Variable for a variable doesn't make sense. So this slope is minus 1 by 4. Now you will say okay, why? This equation is y equal to m2 which is minus 1 over 4 x plus c. But c is still unknown. Good thing is, you know that this line passes through this point. And if a line passes through a point, that means that point will abide by the contract of this line. So x and y value of this line will satisfy this condition as well. Let's put the value of x and y. So y is minus 2 equal to minus 1 over 4 into x, which is 4 plus c. So this gives you a minus 1. So minus 2 equal to minus 1 plus c, or c equals, this comes to this side, minus 2 plus 1, which is minus 1. So you got the value of c also as minus 1. You know the value of c and you know your slope already. So plug that into the equation. Y equal to mx plus c. M is your minus 1 over 4x. M 1 over 4x. Y equal to mx plus c. Plus c. C is minus 1. So this is your equation at the perpendicular line. So initial 35 minutes were utter waste for you guys. I mean, because you don't have to actually prove this formula by yourself. But the good thing is, now after having dealt with that, the approach or building that understanding of why this thing even holds true, you can plug that into any problem which is dealing with similar situation. Does that sound okay? Saranya, Vishwa, Neil, Ritika is very quiet. Okay, Ritika has given me a thumbs up. She doesn't want to talk to me, or doesn't want to mess with me. Okay. No, you guys have the full freedom and luxury of messing with me. Okay, trust me. I enjoy it more when you guys ask me questions. How about Praneeth? Praneeth, is this clear to you?
Yes.
Ria, Tansi, everybody? Okay. Okay, good. So as long as you guys are clear, at least I feel a little more comfortable. And the good news is that there is no class for you guys tomorrow because I'll be on the road this time. Or I would have reached to college station by this time. I'm going to drop my daughter to college. She's starting college from next week actually.
Which college?
A&M, college station.
My cousin wants to go there.
Yeah. So, no class tomorrow. And another good news for you guys. Oh, Tansi is sad. No worries, but we'll meet on Wednesday and then we'll meet on the following weekend also. Don't worry about it. But then, on next Sunday, I used to do tests. I had started doing tests once in a month. We'll do it once in 6 weeks. And again, nobody has to worry about the test. Okay, test is not for assessing you guys. I assess myself. Meaning, am I doing a decent job as a teacher or not? So how you guys will perform in the test will be a function of how good I am teaching. Okay, if anybody is doing bad, that means I am not doing my job right. And I don't disclose the results, say, okay, this guy got this guy got that. No, that's not the purpose. I go through the test results, and try understanding what are the areas where my kids are not doing great. And I pick up those topics, go into depth for those topics. Okay? So, whether somebody gets a 95 or 99 is not something that excites me. My thing is to understand in the class what are the topics where majority of the kids are very comfortable and what are the topics where we have some opportunity to work on. Okay? So that's the primary reason for the test. Okay? So if anybody had any stress because of test, take it out. Okay? No, tests are not meant for stress. These are like opportunity to know what we have to learn more. Okay? And I'm not going to share the result with parents either. No plan. Okay? Alright. Does that sound okay to you guys or? Okay. Alright. So coming back to the next thing that we want to learn. Okay, we still have 15 more minutes and we certainly want to make good use of that. Let's look at what are the other things that I had put for you guys. We will deal with some word problems relating to linear equations, but they are meant to be difficult. They are meant to, or they are created to scare you guys. I want to see how scared my kids are. Okay? Jina, are you with me, beta? Vishwa is with me. Jana, Neil, Sarah, everybody ready? Yes, Aranya? What is that, beta?
I have to leave right now.
Okay. Then you'll have to watch the video of the class and try doing some more problems. Okay? Offline. And anybody in the class, when you guys do some problems with the concept that we learned, if you have any doubt, send me a text message, WhatsApp message, and catch hold of me on any of the weekend early morning. Early morning is in 8:30. Okay? I have kept a 45-minute window for you guys. If anybody has any doubt, leverage that window for having a one-on-one discussion with me or maybe 2 kids in the class. Okay? So let's look at some interesting or difficult looking problem. Nirunya, are you with me, beta? You have been very quiet today. All good? Okay. So I'm reading the first problem, and Vishwa will think that Vishwa will be okay. Everybody else will be tired of me. I will keep it short. Any problem that we solve, we read it enough, then we analyze, then we do it. N is for Nike. Nike says just do it. So when you have a problem to deal with, you will read it enough, then analyze, make your blueprint, make your plan, and then you try solving it. I purposely ran through it quickly because everybody else has heard it from me at least 20 times. Yeah. So that was only for you, Viswa. Okay. All right. So let's pick up a problem and use that RAN method to solve it. The question goes like this. For a high school dinner function for teachers and students. For a high school dinner function for teachers and students, the math department bought 6 cases of juice. Math department bought 6 cases of juice. 1 case of bottled water. So this is juice. 1 case of water, bottled water. For a total of $135. The science department bought 4 cases of juice. So this is math department. There is a science department also. They got 2 cases of, bought 4 cases of juice, 4 of juice, 2 cases of water for a total of $110. How much did a case of juice cost? That's the question. So everybody heard the question. I'll repeat it one more time because I say when you have problem to solve, read it once, twice, 3 times till you are very comfortable with it. Then you analyze and then you try doing it. So I'm reading it one last time. For a high school dinner function for teachers and students, the math department bought 6 cases of juice, 1 case of bottled water for a total of $135. Science department got 4 cases of juice, 2 cases of bottled water for a total of $110. The question is, how much did a case of juice cost? And you guys have only 2 minutes. And this is an easy problem. You just have to convert this story into an equation and then try solving it. Sohita, you have joined 12 minutes early, beta. No worries. Yes, Ritika. Louder, beta.
I think the juice cost
$20. Okay. And everybody, even if you don't like me, don't trust anybody, okay? Ritika might be right, Ritika might be wrong. When it comes to solving problems, I always say, don't trust anybody, do it yourself. Yes, Dave. What is that?
While
we are waiting for everybody else to give the answer, you can use that time to find out the answer better. Okay? Praneet.
I got 22.
You also got 20. So Ritika must be feeling better now. Let's see. But another thing for everybody as an approach, whenever, be it exam, be it anywhere, okay? When you have some time, right? Here in the class right now, some of you have solved, some of you are solving. So whoever has solved it before, they should use the wait time to revise what they have done. Yes.
Do we know how much is in one case?
No, the question does not say that, so I would not know.
Wait, it's asking how much does one case of juice cost?
Yes.
Okay, then we got that.
Okay. Yes, Praneet also got 20. What about Vishal?
What?
You also got 20. 20 is the cost of 1 case of juice. How about you guys got 20? Both of you? You got 20? Yeah, Dave. You also got 20. Vishwa?
I also got 20.
You also got 20.
Oh, so that was this one.
Okay. Sarah, Neil, Tansi,
So $40.
I know that
70.
one.
you also got 20.
70
How about
No, 70 plus 2.
Nirunya? Oh, Nirunya was away for a minute.
I just got 70.
Nikhil and okay, Nikhil, Neil, Chris. How about you guys? Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So again, there was nothing fancy about this, okay? This was one of the easy problems. But then, you know what? We make maximum mistakes with easy problems. Because we run through it and we think that it's an easy one, we cannot go wrong. And we end up going wrong at times. I'm not saying that anybody has gone wrong or not. Let me just make sure that I don't go wrong either. So, here the question says 6 cases of juice. I mean, this is my department, 6 cases of juice, 1 case of water for 135. Science department got 4 cases of juice, 2 cases of water for $110. So let's say juice costs X dollars per case. Let's say juice costs X dollars per case and water costs Y dollars per case. So I read the question enough, right? I'm thinking, okay, this many cases of this, okay. So I can convert this into a linear equation. This looks like an equation. Let me convert this into an equation, and then this will be one equation, this will be another equation. From that we will try solving it. And there are 2 unknowns only. Juice price, water price. Juice price, water price. These are the 2 unknowns. So 2 unknowns, 2 equations we have. We should be able to solve it. So I did D and I did A. Read enough and then I analyzed. Now I know how to solve it. So I'm jumping on to N. N is a short form of Nike which says just do it. That is for you, Vishwa. Okay? Now from this story, let's convert it to a mathematical equation. Then only we can solve it, right? Otherwise, like I keep on telling stories, you guys will also tell stories only. 6 cases of juice. So 6 into X plus 1 case of water. So 1 into Y or Y equal to 135. Here it says 4 cases of juice, meaning 4X, plus 2 cases of water, meaning 2Y, equal to 110. Now I have 2 equations, I can solve it. So we can use the method of substitution here. We can eliminate, we can outcast Y and apply it here. We'll use method of substitution. We can use method of elimination also, depending on what you have.
That's what I did wrong. I didn't.
So here Y, or let's do elimination, okay? I multiply this equation by 2 and then subtract this equation. So when I multiply this becomes 2 into 6, 12x plus 2y equal to 270. Subtract this equation from this equation. This becomes 160. 160. 2, okay, and this is minus, so this and this will be gone. Minus 12x, 12x minus 4x gives me 8x. X equals 160 by 8, that is 20. Now I am with all of you who gave 20 as the answer. And I knew that the answer is 20. It was looking right to me. But as a rule of thumb, I always prescribe and I practice also. Even if you guys give me 5 answers, 1 answer, even if everybody in the class gives me 1 answer, then also I don't say, yeah, since everybody has got the answer, this is the answer now. I don't believe in agreeing to any answer without doing it. So that's why at the end of the class what happens? My hand gets dirty. So Sohita will still wait for 4 more minutes, and David, I will need your help just to open the garage door so that when I'm teaching the kids, teaching you guys, the kids who are waiting outside in hot summer, they can come inside. Okay, so we looked at one problem. Now the next problem, or one last problem we'll try doing. We'll not try doing, I'll just give you the problem and then I would want to hear from you guys. Which with respect to the approach that you can think of. I have a question which says, mega movers find a place without making even a sound. Mega movers charges $19.5 per day. Mega movers, that is my friend's company, that charges $19.50 per day for truck rentals, plus an additional mileage fee of 0.95 per mile. So I'm reading the question one more time. Mega movers charges $19.5 per day for truck rentals, plus an additional mileage fee of $0.95. Sit down, you move it charges. So this is mega movers. There is another company, my neighbor's company called You Move It. Charges $42 per day for truck rentals, plus an additional mileage fee of 0.45 per mile for over 20 miles. Okay, sorry, let me read that question again. You Move It charges $42 per day for rental, plus an additional mileage fee of 0.45 per mile for mileage over 20. So up to 20 it is free. Which of the following system of equation could be used to find the total mileage M that will make the cost P of renting a moving truck for 1 day equal at rental company, assuming M is greater than or equal to 20. So basically you have two situations given. One is this company which charges $19.5 for rental, and then this flat rate per mile. And then second company charges you $42.0 for the rental, and then 0.45 per mile over 20 miles. So up to 20 miles it's free. So you have to frame two equations that you can use for solving this. So you guys have only 1 minute. So I want you guys to think and tell me what is the approach that you will think of. Does this look okay? I mean, there are two. See, this says frame the equation where you have to assume that mileage is greater than or equal to 20. So one equation for this scenario where mileage is not a consideration at all. One equation for this guy when mileage is a precondition. And how do you solve it? Are you guys clear about this? What I want to do is I want to give you guys this as a homework. Homework as in you have to just frame the equation, okay? It should not take more than 5 minutes for you guys. Okay? So frame this equation and send it to me on WhatsApp. I want to see who all framed the equation and sends it to me. Yeah? Yadev.
This is mine.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
Sit down, there's a class going on. Yadev? Any which way is okay. I mean, see this will be there in the video, okay? So after I upload the video, you guys can watch it, scroll to the end, and then send me the equation that will form from this, okay? All right. So I know we had to abruptly. Can you keep quiet and sit down without making any sound? There's a class going on, and I want everybody to be sensitive about it. Okay. So I will let you guys go and send me the equation that you can frame, and we will deliberate that in the next class. All right? Yep. All right. So I'll let you guys go. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and be happy about the fact that there's no class tomorrow, but we'll meet again next week.
There's no class tomorrow?
Bye bye.